Bernie Sanders is getting all kinds of positive press as he continues to draw huge crowds. 27,000 here in Los Angeles the other day, 28,000 in Portland. That has turbocharged the news stories and sheer speculation that Joe Biden may now jump into the race to challenge Hillary Clinton. And Leslie Marshall, the media led by the Wall Street Journal, reporting that the vacationing vice president, talking to advisors, sounding out about a possible run, still a long shot. Is the press trying to draft him?
I think some people are trying to draft him, the press included. I think it would make it more exciting. I think it would actually help Senator Bernie Sanders, and it would hurt Hillary. But at the end of the day, Hillary has a campaign that not just has money, but a lot of time behind it. And the question really, I think, that they're looking at is can in 2, 3, 4 months at the most, the vice president accomplish and take a bite out of her with all of the years, quite frankly, she's been planning for this run.
Rich Lowry, and I didn't get the memo that you're in New York. I thought you were still in Connecticut. Is the Biden chatter, and there's been a lot of chatter, driven by liberal elements in the press that now fear that Hillary Clinton could be a weak nominee?
Well, he's certainly getting a lot of favorable coverage. I think there are two overwhelming factors there, though. One, obviously, the tragic context of his son's death, and then just the most ingrained and deepest bias in the media, outside of ideology, is just wanting a horse race. So, of course, reporters want Biden in the race. And he's also an incredibly unguarded guy in contrast with Hillary Clinton. So it would be like Christmas every day for reporters if Biden actually ran. So all of them are rooting for it.
Rooting for Joe. You know, Politico had a headline, Biden said to be considering one-term presidency. This was picked up everywhere. Well, the person saying it is CNN contributor Carl Bernstein. It's mostly his opinion, although he talked to some people around Biden. He said some say yes, some say no. So not exactly a hard and fact. Speaking of not hard and fact, BuzzFeed had a piece saying Al Gore weighing a run, or at least people around him talking about the possibility that he might jump into the race, although Politico then knocked that down, and now the Gore campaign has pretty much denied it. Your thoughts, Leslie, on the media turning to the former VP?
To Rich's point about the horse race and wanting somebody to scream malarkey because they're not getting good enough sound bites, even from Senator Sanders, this is malarkey, okay? Al Gore is not going to run. This was sort of like almost an opinion that became complete speculation, that became rumor, that everybody ran with, including ABC News after BuzzFeed put it out.
Yeah, which is embarrassing. Let me get Rich in for our final few seconds. I know you would love to see Al Gore run, but it does look like this was a media-driven fantasy. Probably.
And on this horse race thing, there is a horse race on the Democratic side, and it is driven by Bernie Sanders. And he was widely discounted initially, including by people like me. He went around the media, has generated real enthusiasm among the grassroots, and I still don't think the press is taking him seriously enough. He's a real threat to Hillary in Iowa and New Hampshire and perhaps beyond.
Well, I agree not taking him seriously enough, and I think there needs to be more media scrutiny of his policy positions, which he lays out there, very liberal policy positions by the socialist senator from Vermont. All right, Rich Lowry, Leslie Marshall, thanks very much for stopping by. After the